To begin with, I have here about half a pound of parwal or pointed gourd, and I'm going to trim off the ends. These parwal pieces have already been thoroughly washed, and after trimming off the ends, if you want, you can peel off the skin, or if you want the skin intact, you can always keep the skin as well. But I don't like the thick skin of this vegetable, so I'm scraping it out. So after scraping out, this parwal is ready. I'm going to scrape out the rest. So finally the parwal pieces are ready. The next step is to give it some cuts. I'm going to give cuts lengthwise all around this parwal. So I'll be giving about 4 lengthwise cuts. And the main reason of giving cuts to this vegetable is to ensure that all the flavor of the gravy gets into it. So be very careful while making these lids, because if you miss it, then definitely you're going to harm yourself, because this vegetable is quite thick, and to cut it you really need a little force. Yes. So finally all the cuts are done. You can see here these are deep cuts so that all the gravy, the flavor of the gravy gets into it. The next step is to marinate the parwal pieces. So finally all the parwal pieces are ready. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of salt and about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and I'm going to give it a good rub and keep it marinated like this for about 10 minutes, and then I'll start deep frying it, and I'm going to deep fry till it becomes nice golden and brown. To deep fry the marinated parwal, I have heated here about 1 cup of vegetable oil and added the marinated parwal to it, and I'm going to keep the heat on medium to high and deep fry till it turns golden and brown. You can see here the parwal pieces are quite golden and brown, so I'm going to take it out, and the next step is to make the gravy. So these are ready. To make the gravy, I have heated here about 3 tablespoons of mustard oil and added 1 bay leaf. Now along with the bay leaf, I am adding half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Let the seeds splutter. Now goes about 3 whole green chilies, and always make sure you're making small pokes, otherwise the green chili will splutter. And you can see here green chili has got a little fried up, so now I have added about 3 tablespoons of onion paste, and I'm going to cook it for about a minute. Keep the heat on medium. Keep on stirring. You can see here onion has dried up a little and it's a little translucent. Now to this I'm adding 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, and I'm going to cook it till the raw aroma of ginger and garlic is gone. So finally ginger and garlic is done. Keep the heat on low, and now to this I have added half a teaspoon of cumin seed powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander seed powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and finally about half a teaspoon of red chili powder. Add according to your taste. Now to this I have added 1 tablespoon of yogurt, and after adding the yogurt I am going to cook it on medium heat, and I'll add just a little bit of water so that the spices are not burnt. And you must be wondering about curdled yogurt. I'm not bothered about the curdled yogurt because I'm going to cook this masala, so this is not the final addition of yogurt. I'm going to add the yogurt to the gravy little later, and I'm not going to curdle that yogurt. So I have added here about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to cook the masala till oil starts to separate and it becomes pretty dry, and by the time the spices will be well done. So finally you can see here the spices are done. The masala is pretty dry, and I have added here the fried parwal pieces. Now after adding the parwal, I'm going to bring the heat to medium, and I'm going to stir the parwal pieces along with the masala for about a minute or 2. So keep on stirring it, and then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. This will ensure that the parwal is getting all the flavor of the masala. So keep on stirring it. I have been stirring it for about 2 minutes now. Now at this point, bring the heat to low because I'm going to add the yogurt to it. I'll be adding about half a cup of yogurt. Do ensure that you are giving the yogurt a good whisk, otherwise there is every chance of curdling it. So I have added here about half a cup of yogurt. Give it a stir. Now to this I'm adding about half a cup of water. Keep on stirring it. Goes the water. And if you are really concerned about getting the yogurt curdled, then in that case, just to be safe, to half a cup of yogurt you can add about a teaspoon of besan or chickpea flour. In that case, it's going to give a nice body to the recipe and your yogurt will not be curdled. Now along with the yogurt and water, I'm adding here some salt. This is the final seasoning since I have already seasoned the parwal. Now to this, just to get a little hint of sweetness, I have added about half a teaspoon of sugar. Sugar is absolutely optional. If you want, you can skip it. Now after adding all these ingredients, give it a good mix and I'm going to cook it covered for about 10 minutes. Close the lid. After 10 minutes, open the lid. I have been cooking it on low heat for about 10 minutes. So finally this dish is ready. You can see here the gravy is quite thick. If you want a little thinner gravy, you can add some warm water to it. So this is ready. Now to serve, I have arranged the parwal pieces like this on a platter and I'm going to just spoon out the gravy on top of it. Goes the last one. Now goes the gravy. And finally, I'm just adding about a teaspoon of yogurt on top and that's it. This dish is ready. Dahi Potala or Dahi Parwal is ready. You have the very delicious soft parwal pieces in an even more delicious yogurt based gravy. The gravy is a little tart and very rich and very delicious. You can serve this amazing dish with any kind of Indian bread, or else if you are a lover of rice, then you can serve it along with some rice. Do try this very wonderful Dahi Parwal dish and share your comments and your suggestions. We will meet next time and don't forget to subscribe. Till then, bye-bye.